For dinner tonight, I am putting a pork roast into the oven, and then I have some mashed potato insides that are left over from when I had done potato skins a few nights ago. So I'm going to do something with those. I'm going to make a salad. So I just got this basic pork loin here, and what I'm going to season it with is I have this seasoning from Costco called Buttery Steakhouse. It's good on more than just steak. It's good on all sorts of things. So I'm just going to sprinkle that over. So I just sprinkled that over the top. I added a little bit of freshly grated pepper, and then into a 350-degree oven it's gonna go for as long as it takes for it to be done. So I'm making a fried potato thingy. You could call it a croquette, I suppose, except I'm making up the recipe. So I don't know whether it's a croquette or not. It's just gonna be a fried potato thingy. So let me show you what I've got here. Inside this bowl, there is leftover, like the insides of a baked potato. I had made potato skins a few nights ago, and so that's the inside. This is just gluten-free breadcrumbs that I made by taking stale gluten-free bread and pulsing it in the food processor. I've got a couple of eggs in there, and then I've got some chicken broth. So on top of this, I'm gonna add some salt and some pepper, and then I'm gonna mix it up. Okay, so I mixed it up, but it's actually a little too runny. I gotta figure out something else to put in here as a binder. I'm thinking Parmesan cheese. Okay, that worked. It's a little bit thicker. It's holding its shape better. I'm not going to be able to turn these into balls. Like it won't be able to be in a ball shape and hold its shape, but I'll be able to make patties. Now, it looks a little yellow because of my camera. I don't know why. It's not really yellow. It does look like it needs a little pizzazz. So I'm going to chop up some green onions and throw those in. The green onion is in them, so I'm going to fry them up, and let's see. Well, I'm going to fry one up and see how it looks. And then I'll taste it, and if I need to make any other changes before I do the rest of them, I will. So here's my pork roast. I'm gonna check it and see how it's doing. I'm gonna stab it with a thermometer in the thickest part. Ugh, ugh. So you gotta get all the way in there. Well, it's reading 154. It's probably pretty close to done. So I'm just gonna turn the oven off and leave it in there. I decided instead of just testing one, I would test three because, you know, the skillet's big. So there's my 3 testers in. They're probably not going to suck no matter what. I'm going to let these cook up, flip them over, cook them some more, and then I'll taste one of them. The trick when you're frying things is not to turn them too soon. So if you turn them too soon, they won't have a nice golden crust on the bottom, and they'll stick to the pan, especially in a non-stick pan. I'm trying to use my non-stick more often because the chemicals and stuff in the non-stick pans are actually not very good for you, and I'm really trying to get rid of all the chemicals in my life. So I'm using my non-stick cookware more often. But the problem with that is that when you're frying things like this, it will stick pretty easily if you don't let it get a nice golden crust. So I'm trying to make sure that the crust cooks enough that when I flip them, they don't stick. We'll see. Fingers are crossed. See? Fingers crossed. Okay, that is not working well. They're falling apart. So let me figure out what to do and I'll get back to you. There are the ones that didn't work. I added some einkorn flour to this, so it's a much better texture. Let's see how this goes. Oh, those are holding together much better. Okay, so I'm gonna do just one of these. I'm gonna fry this one up and see what happens. I'm tasting my mistake. It's actually really delicious. So I can't wait to see if these other ones turn out. Okay, those look much better. They held their shape when I flipped them. They're holding their shape well. They're browning beautifully and it didn't stick. So adding the flour to the batter was exactly what I needed to do to get it so it had the right consistency to fry it up. Okay, so everything's done. Here's the pork roast. It cooked about an hour and 20 minutes. There's a little pan sauce I made by throwing the juices out of the pan into the skillet that I made the potato things in. And then I added some chicken stock to it. And then there's the potato things. And then my husband made a salad. It's mixed greens, pomegranate seeds, and sunflower seeds. He made a balsamic dressing out of one of Megan Gilmore's cookbooks, except there's no herbs in it because, you know, whatever. And that's dinner. So that's how we roll. That's dinner in this house. Happy Monday. Happy January 2nd. See you next time. Bye.